Hello everyone, this is Roller from Winter Bros, and in this video segment we're going to show you how to create the cardboard backing for the blister pack that we've already designed in Daz Studio 4.8. You can see here that we've got this all set up, and we'll go ahead and turn off the Genesis 2 Mel, so we don't need to see him for now. What we're going to do is we're going to use a plane to create the cardboard backing. Actually, I think we'll go ahead and use another cube for the backing. So what we're going to do is in the scene tab here, we'll go ahead and click twice on the cube name, and let's just call this the plastic cover, so that we can distinguish the two cubes from each other once we start working. And then what we'll go ahead and do is we'll go ahead and resave this scene real quick so that it contains the naming that we used. So we're going to start with another cube, and the reason we're using a cube is because we want to have a little bit of depth to the cardboard backing. We don't want it to be just like flat. So what we're going to do is we'll go up here to on the main menu, we'll go create new primitive. We'll go ahead and take another cube. We'll just leave the same settings we had previously, and we'll just size it down as we need for the bagging. Actually, I believe what we'll do is we'll change the divisions. We'll leave the divisions as 1 because it's going to be a solid piece. We really won't be messing with the mesh on this cube, so we'll change the divisions to 1, but we'll leave it size 3 by 3 by 3. We'll click accept. Of course, it's going to create our large cube here, and then we'll select cube 2 in the scene tab, and then we'll just see if we can't scroll back a little bit here so that we can see that cube. Okay, let me go ahead and we'll center on it, and then we'll scroll back a little. Okay, let's go ahead up here in the scene tab. Let's go ahead and rename this one too. We'll call this one the cardboard backing, or you can call it anything that you like to call it, but we'll just use that to distinguish it in the scene tab for us. So we need to we're going to have to size it down. So we'll start by going to the left side of the cube, and we're actually going to shrink it from front to back. So we got with the cardboard backing selected, we can go over here to the parameters tab. Oh, sorry about that again. We're going to change the scale. Front to back is the z-axis, so we're going to be scaling it on the z-axis. So what we'll do is we'll size that down to what we consider maybe something that looks like a cardboard size thickness for that pack. You can use whatever number you want. We typically like to use even numbers, so we're going to round up our 1.85 there to 2 and hit enter. And you can see we've got it pretty well sized up there. It's going to, for most products that have a blister pack with a cardboard backing, the backing is centered on the material, on the plastic. So what we're going to do here is we'll go back to the front view. We do kind of like how the sizing up and down looks fine. We just kind of have to recenter it a little bit. So with this still selected, this time we'll go to translation, and of course the y-axis is up and down. So we will go ahead and we will lower it down just a little bit to kind of center it on our plastic. Here it goes. And it's still a little bit wide, so this time we'll go back to scale, and the width is the x-axis runs left to right, and that's what we're gonna adjust the x scale, and we'll narrow that. We're gonna drop that down a little bit because it needs to be smaller. It's not quite centered on the plastic, so we'll just go ahead and put it there. Then we'll go back to translations, and we'll use X translate to slide it back over, and now we'll get to where we believe is centered. And we'll go ahead and turn the Genesis 2 Mel back on so we can see him within the plastic wrap. And you can see that our cardboard backing is in the middle there, and we really need to have it at the back end of the plastic after we scaled it there. So we'll go back to the right view. We're still on the cardboard backing. We'll go to translate, and of course the z-axis is front to back, so we will go ahead and move it to the back of the plastic there. You might have to make some little adjustments, zoom in and out, but you can see we've got it on there. And now that we've got it finalized a little bit, we can see that we probably need it to be bigger all around than it is. The thickness looks fine, but we do need to make the size bigger, because if you wanted to put any texture on the background, your titles and your manufacturer logo and a lot of colors to go behind the model that you're wrapping, you'll probably need more surface area. So with this still selected, we'll go back to scale. We kind of like the size it is already, so we could use the regular scale at the top, and it would scale all 3 axes at the same time, and you could make it bigger. However, the only problem that is, if we go look from the side here, it also made it thicker. But you could easily make a counter adjustment to that after the fact. So we'll go ahead and stick with that, and we'll make it a little bit bigger. We'll say, there we go. And what we'll do is we're going to go ahead and we'll go ahead and translate it. We're going to bring it. Let's go look at the front view here and see how. We don't need a whole lot below the product. That looks probably not too bad. Maybe we can make it a little bit shorter, so we'll try that. We'll do the Y translate, which is up and down, and then we'll go scale it on the Y just a little less. And we'll want to leave a little more area on the top than you do at the bottom, because normally you put your title across the top up here. You'll put whatever your product's called, let's say like Jungle Warrior or whatever you want to use in your display for your scene. And it is still a little thick, so we'll go ahead and make a quick adjustment for that. That's the scale on the Z-axis, so we'll just go ahead and thin it up a little bit real quick so it looks more like cardboard. And we'll just make sure that the cover, the plastic cover, still is fitting really good on there, which it has. Okay, and it looks like we pretty well got it set. We'll pull it up to the front a little bit. And now you've basically created your own version of a blister pack for whatever model you were wanting to render in that scene. All the steps that would be left to do is to create you for your backdrop here, for your cardboard backing, you'd want to create a texture that shows the title of the product you're displaying. Of course, you can save this. You should save this as a scene. So you just make sure you save your scene when you complete all your work, because you don't want to lose your project. And then if you need to go back and make adjustments later, you might want to reuse it for other models that you create or that you're displaying. And of course, you can tailor the sizes to match your own desires, whatever you like. We hope you enjoyed this video, and we hope that this helped you learn a little bit about Daz Studio and how to do some simple modeling with the power of primitives.